Do you know what romantasy is? This creator says that we do not know what romantasy is and that we should stop using the term. In my initial video, I had a very negative reaction to his finger wagging and also this definition.
Because, in my opinion, romantasy is almost exclusively at this point, for me, reserved for they fuck on screen.
Because to me, it sounds like he's describing fantasy romance, which is to say a romance book that is set within a fantasy world, as opposed to romantic fantasy, a term that was used maybe 5 or 6 years ago by authors to describe their epic fantasy worlds that had strong romantic elements, but where romance could be taken out of the story and it would still work. And early on, the term romantasy caught on to sort of capture that. So much so that, for example, my author friend Sarah Wilson was described by her Big Five publisher as being a romantasy author. And my other author friend, Danielle Jensen, was blurbed as a romantasy author. In the meantime, I had a discussion with my friend Rachel Renner, author of Inked, which is a romantasy. And her definition was that it is a story that is equal parts romance and fantasy. In any case, many of these authors wanted this idea of romantasy or romantic fantasy to encompass their sort of story, which wasn't a romance, but rather a fantasy with romantic elements in it. And you could have a romantasy book that might not have any on-screen hanky-panky at all. Now, one of the issues is that the term romantasy has evolved. Many pure romance readers have transitioned to fantasy. And I mean, who wouldn't? If you like a strapping young lord in Scotland, you probably like a strapping elf lord or a strapping dragon shifter as well. So people who self-identify as romantasy readers now are different from the ones perhaps like 5 or 6 years ago. Sarah told me that they've had problems marketing her book because romantasy readers have complained that there is not enough spice. So now that the concept of romantasy has shifted to more romance, it's made it harder for authors like Sarah. She gets bad reviews because she has written for unwritten conventions of a romantasy 5 to 6 years ago, and it's being read by romantasy readers now. So it turns out that Dude's definition is quite accurate for what romantasy has become.
They fuck on screen.
And ultimately, I do agree with the sentiment that we should stop labeling books romantasy, unless we are self-identified romantasy readers ourselves. And this definitely goes to all the people who are trying to pigeonhole all fantasy written by women as romantasy, because that's absolute nonsense.